Let's go. Another day, another revelation. Yes. Make sure you guys get everyone in here. I'll make sure that I share as well. I know some of you guys are working. I'm doing this during market hours, and if you know me, you know that is rare. I got some blocks to do. It must have been a while. I got some blocks to do. That's okay though. All right. Let's see. Another day. Another revelation. Put a crown up. This is big business, people. Big business. There we go. Yep. We can't play games anymore. They're not playing games with us. They're not playing games with us. So we can't play games with them. Can't play games with ourselves. Let me go ahead and get into this. I know it's been a while. For my YouTube viewers, I know you guys probably been wondering where I've been. I've been busy. It's just that simple. It's not a matter of, there's no need for any feng shui or any cliches or any, repertoire. I've been busy. I know that seems weird, especially in times like this, but I've been living a quarantine-like lifestyle much before this catastrophe, and I must say, I've learned that you could get much more done when you're closed up. So I've never really been ashamed of or afraid of being locked in or closed up. A lot of beautiful things happen in a dark room by yourself. What's going on, Classic? Good to see you, brother. But a lot of beautiful things happen when you invest in your own self. One of the easiest ways to do so is to get privacy. Privacy is a very good thing. It's very important when you have plans, goals, dreams. A dream is, many don't know this, but a dream is the top of the hill. It's that spot on that hill that lion goes to oversee his kingdom. Many may not understand the very essence of the dream, the purpose of the dream. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. I'm back though. Good to see you in here. Do me a favor and share this too, please. Gotta share this. People need this. They deserve this wisdom. But a dream starts with a goal. As a matter of fact, dreams start with a succession of goals. What's going on, Lazy? All right. It's been a while, man. Goals aren't what most people believe they are. If you ever been in a Ponzi scheme, these guys, they'll have crap supplies. Their supplies will be horrible, and that's why they're so big on the art of selling, because they gotta sell you something that sucks. I like what Chris Rock said. He said, no one has to sell crack to anyone. The addict knows where to go. They know how to get it. A drug dealer doesn't have to sell crack to anyone. He doesn't have to promote the product. He doesn't have to market it. If someone wants it, they know where to go. They know who to go to for it. Of course, you got so much different things out now. Molly, Zans, promethazine, all these, crazy stuff today. So it's a little different today, but still the same principle. So in a Ponzi scheme, they know that their products suck. So what they do is they sit you in a room and they say, all right, well, we need goals, and we need plans, and we got to follow this vision. They play with these words. They juggle these words around. So they teach you how to become a professional seller so that you can sell crap to people. Now, getting back to dreams. They use the term goal without understanding exactly what a goal is. A goal isn't something that you set and you work on for half your life. A goal is simply waking up in the morning and brushing your teeth, washing your face, hopping in the shower, getting breakfast before you go to work. A real goal shouldn't take more than an hour to complete. If it goes above an hour, you're overworking that goal, or you've set goals that are too high. Those are real goals. The goal isn't meant to make you successful. The purpose of the goal is to get you to a plan. It's to lead you to a plan. Now, what is a plan? A plan is a collection of goals. Simple. This is very simple. But a lot of people don't understand these things because the experts teach things and believe that there's no God. So here you go. God's creation is excluding his involvement in mankind. What kind of sense does that make? And that's why a lot of the experts don't know what they're talking about. So, goals, plans. Plans are a collection of goals. your first goal, waking up at this time. If you succeed in that, you have completed that goal. The next goal, brushing your teeth. Next goal, wash your face. Next goal, hop in the shower. Next goal, breakfast. Next goal, get dressed, or whichever order. Next goal, get in the car. Next goal, drive to work. Next goal, clock in. And your plan to go to work has been fulfilled. See. Now, when you have a plan, when your plan entails going to work, many stop at one plan or just a few. In most cases, it's going to work, taking the children to school, things of that nature. But very few have plans that lead them to their dreams. The objective of the plan is to lead one to their dreams. Now, this is where it picks up. When it is in your plans to work for someone else, you are fulfilling the dreams of someone else. You are sacrificing your dreams for the dreams of others. This is why the most noble person on this earth right now is the mother, the real mother. What she does for a profession, what she does to get it, we're not going to deal with that right now. But the most influential, the most powerful person on the earth right now is the mother. Why? Because she has the longest record for sacrificing her dreams for the dreams of the future, the children. The mother has the longest record of sacrificing her dreams for the future, the children. So it's not always bad for someone to sacrifice their dreams for another, but this is something that should be understood. Now, how do you flip it? How do you take your plans and gear them towards your dreams? First of all, you have to have a dream. Second of all, you have to plan for the dream. You have to have plans. Thirdly, you have to set goals that will lead you to those plans. This is very simple. It's simple math. This isn't even algebra. It's not calc. It's not trig. And it for dang sure isn't physics. A lot of the experts will have you believe that this is quantum physics. Will have you believe that this is astrophysics, rocket science. Yeah. No, this is none of the sort. This is ABC 1, 2, 3. Now, a collection of goals leading to a plan, a new plan, a plan that would get you to your dream. Let's say your dream is to be a Fortune 500 company CEO. This is big. I need you guys to pen and pad if you need to. Have that pen and pad ready, because you're not going to hear this anywhere else. Many people charge for information like this. Why do I not charge? Because I don't need the money. But of course, I digress. Now, a collection of goals for a plan to lead you to be a Fortune 500 company CEO. You will have to, first of all, make this dream vivid. Make this dream vivid to yourself. If you're not an artist, it would be good for you to hire one, if this is the approach that you want to take. Hire them to draw yourself, a picture of yourself, in a office of your liking. And take that picture once that artist is done with your dream on paper. Put it in a plaque or a frame and put it on the wall in the place that you are most creative in. I'll put it that way. In a place of your privacy, in a place where greatness awaits from you. This is big. If you're good at graphic design, if you like games, one of my favorite simulators is The Sims. Why? Because you can create a lifestyle on that thing. You can take a dream that you have, put it in there, and visualize it, have it running, and watch your dream. Just put it in your mind, have it in you. That's how vivid, laser sharp you want your dream to be. Now, this is the spiritual side of it. Naturally, you have to climb the pyramid. Spiritually, you start off at the top of the pyramid, then you work your way down. So, spiritually speaking, you have to visualize the top of the pyramid, the dream, first, and it has to be vivid to you. Next, you have to look at a plan that will get you to that dream. In most cases, it's a form of cash flow. In some cases, it's a form of lending and loans and banking. But to be clear, you're going to need a little bit of everything in order to make that dream come to pass. That's usually how it is for all dreams today. We live in a monopolized world. So if you choose to go the real estate route, well, that's what you got to do. If you want to go the internet route, you want to be the next Zuckerberg or the next Bezos, that's what you got to do. But that's the plan that you choose. There's a million ways to the top. Pyramids are pretty big. They're pretty vast. A million ways that you could get to the top of one. And here's a secret. They always look bigger than they are when you're at the bottom. When you're looking up, they always seem bigger. But when you're at the top and you look down, you know how easy it is for you to get down there. You know how easy it is for you to slip or fall. And if you've made it to the top before, you'll always remember that you can always make it to the top again if you needed to. See, that's when that pyramid seems much smaller to you. And guess what most people do when they notice that, when they recognize that revelation? They build another one. They build another one. Or they climb another one. However you want to look at it. Now, plans. Once you have that plan together, now you need to set forth goals. And it's always good to have a plan A and a plan B and a plan C. Most people say the plan B is a backup plan, just in case your plan A doesn't work. The plan C is there just in case your plan B doesn't work. Plan D, plan E, and so forth. Billionaires don't think like this. Trillionaires never thought like this. They're out there. Power people don't think like this. This is how power people think. Plan A is there to be the startup for plan B. Plan C is there to be the steroid for plan A. And plan A and plan C would be the pillars that plan B could stand on. See how that works? Your plans are there not to back each other up. Your plans are there to race. That's why it's good to understand racing and the art of racing, the art of using time as a weapon. That's all racing is. It's martial arts with time. Your plans are racing against each other. The same way that we all had to race in order to enter into our mother's womb when we were leaving our father's bosom. I'm using ancient terms. The same way that we had to race to become the champion out of all of those other billion cells is the same way that our plans are racing to see which one will be the first one to succeed and be responsible for your dream. Now, when you set a plan, it is very important for you to make that plan vivid as well. Now, you want to be willing to have to change plans if needed. If you want to know what plan to go with first, pay attention to the plan that has the most open doors. This is wisdom, all right? Many people can't handle this, but I have faith in you guys. I have faith that you guys can handle this. Whichever plan has the most open doors, that's the one that you want to go with first. That's the one you want to go with first. When you engage, when you figure out which one is not easiest, but best to start with, the one that has the most opportunities, now you have to set goals, different goals. So your goals right now might be pertaining to someone else's dream. A 9-to-5 is a life that is based off of goals that will tend to someone else's dream. That's okay if you're okay with that. But if you're not, if you want to see your dream come to pass, you're going to have to either add goals, not to pertain to that other person's dream. You have to add goals to your routine. Goals that will work for your new plan now. Not your old plan that tends to someone else's dreams, but your new plan that tends to your dream. The one that's going to get you that Fortune 500 company. Now, when you set that new set of goals, for some, their plan is to simply fire their boss. For some, that's their plan A. Then they get to focus on their plan B, which may be real estate, which may be cybersecurity, which may be healthcare, whichever. Oh yeah, and just for the market people, because the stocks are active right now. The market's still open right now. Healthcare is booming right now. It's taking the attention off of cybersecurity, but you still have companies like Tesla, Amazon, Walmart, and Google trying to take Amazon out. We'll see what happens there. These guys are battling. Whales are battling right now. So cybersecurity is gonna get more of that attention soon, especially once 5G rolls out too. But healthcare is booming right now. It's booming. It's up the roof. Energy too. That's another one. Because people's in the house now, so they using more energy than ever. But for some people, their plan A is to fire the boss. And they want to succeed in that plan A so that they can set more goals within their routine. So that all of their goals within their daily routine pertains to their plan B. Instead of the plan that they had, which was making their boss happy. This is big. I hope you guys are writing this down. Now, when you set these new set of goals that will get you that business that you need in order to develop that Fortune 500 company, when you set this new set of goals, you'll notice that there's a plethora of qualities that you have to take on that you might not be so familiar with. Discipline is one that you might not be so familiar with. And what is interesting is that we use discipline every day. We use discipline every day. If you're on this vegan wave, you have to discipline yourself to wean off of meats and proteins. If keto is your thing, you have to discipline yourself to stay within the boundaries of this new diet. If yoga is your thing, I mean, good Lord, you're engaging in an art of discipline. Just learning the art of discipline. So you use it every day. But now when it comes to this new set of goals, this discipline comes with other things like change, like discomfort, like self-examination, like confidence, like focus, like poise, like information or learning, the art of learning. See, we deal with all of these things every day. Every day. But we don't recognize what things are natural for us, what things were taught to us, what things we just picked up naturally, or which things that we had to work on in order to develop them. Seldom do we realize the difference. This is big, people. This is big. Allow me to give you a shortcut to this, because there's people that still to this day, with all the information that we have, for as mature as this planet is, there's people that still struggle with these things, and they've been living for decades, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years. You mean to tell me that you're 1,000 years old and you still struggle with discipline? So allow me to give you guys a shortcut. The best way to acquire all of the qualities that you need for success is to come to God. That's it, and that's all. Come to God. after you come to God, what happens is not only does your dream become more vivid, but God gets to sit down with you and explain to you why he gave you the natural desire for the dream that you have. And if you get close enough with them, this is I don't know if you guys are ready for this. If you get close enough with God, he takes your dream. He says, let me hold this for a second. He soups it up, beefs it up. And he says, he gives it back to you and says, this is how I would do it if I were you. And he gives the dream back to you. Oh, I promise you, if you seek the Lord in a fashion where he feels that he could trust you with this, and you get to experience that dream, you get to gain the revelation of that dream, oh, it's game over for your haters. Oh my goodness. Competition, game over. Now you're in an angelic class now. Now you start learning about angels and you start comparing yourself to angels. I'm not kidding with you guys. This is, very few people know about this. That's why they don't talk about it, especially the experts. Now, Elon Musk, he could talk to you about this, but of course, I don't trust his spiritual sources. I don't trust his sources. So, same thing, same ballpark, different team. That's all that is. But if you get close enough to God to where he can show you what he wants for you in your dream, you better stay close to him. Because if you do not, you're going to deal with heavy insecurities about your dream. Why is this? Because it's too big. Your dream was already big. Now you got God giving you your dream back to you. It's way too big now. That's why you got to stay close to him. Why? Because he's going to give you the qualities that's going to get you there. We're dealing with wisdom, with wise things, but this isn't wisdom. These are still basics. These are still basics. It's like how Tay-Rock says, that's light. That's light. So follow your dreams. Your dreams, they start with those goals. Now, once you come to God, what's going to happen is all of the qualities that you need for that new set of goals, bam, they're already in you. You don't have to work on it. You don't have to work on your self-esteem. You don't have to work on your anger issues, whatever that means. You don't have to work on your bipolar disorder. You don't have to work on your ADD disorder. You don't have to work on none of that. It's a shortcut to perfection. Some may say, well, no one's perfect. Okay, yeah, granted. Granted that no one's perfect, right? There's levels to perfection. Everything that God creates is perfect. For example, the purpose of the man is to take a woman, to be fruitful with her, and to replenish the earth. Has man not done that? Man is doing that at such a great rate that scientists are saying that we're going to run out of food if we keep populating. If our women keep looking so good, and us men, we keep taking advantage of our women looking so good, and we keep populating at this rate, scientists are saying that we're going to run out of food. Why do they believe that? Because they don't believe in God. But of course, I digress. If that is the purpose of man, and man is doing that, then guess what? That is perfection. So back to dreams. God gives you the qualities that you need for these new goals. You act on these new goals. You succeed at all of these goals, and guess what happens? You have a plan that is fulfilled. When this plan is fulfilled, guess what you have to do? You have to scale that plan. What's the best way to scale a plan? You fulfill another plan. Do you stop there? No. You take those two plans and you use them to start another plan twice as fast. This is how empire people think. This is why Tupac said, one brother teach two brothers. Two brothers teach four brothers. And those brothers teach more brothers. That's an empire mind state. That's how an empire is started. So if you do that, if you use that principle with your plans, you're going to have an empire on your hands. And what happens is you can use this plethora of fulfilled plans, which if you're going to be a Fortune 500 company CEO, these plans are businesses, right? They're forms of cash flow. The longer you live in the plan realm, the easier it's going to be for you to start that company. The longer you stay in the plan realm, the easier it's going to be to succeed in the dream realm. And you have a dream fulfilled. Here's a secret that a lot of people have been keeping. The people on top. This isn't supposed to take you 50 years to do. It's not supposed to take you 20 years to do. Everyone's supposed to get rich overnight. If we're really talking about real wealth, yeah, you're supposed to get rich overnight. I always thought that it took hundreds of years for a plant to bear fruit. I was always under that assumption, just the way that people talked about and spoke about how you have to toil and water and do all of this for fruit to finally come, for a garden to arise. Then I came across this herbalist, not Dr. Sebi, we'll get there, but I came across this herbalist, Indian herbalist. I forgot her name, but she was a sweetheart. She was speaking at TED Talk. And she spoke about natural agriculture and natural planting. Now, if this isn't up your alley, I don't want to lose you, so I'm going to make this long story short. But she said most people struggle with starting a garden because they use pesticides, they use preservatives, they use fertilizer that God is not responsible for. She said we went all natural and we developed a jungle within weeks. And then she showed pictures. She said we went all natural. We went with nothing but what God gave us to use. And we developed a jungle within weeks. If you were to start a jungle within weeks, you got approved, patent, stamped, all that, and you were to start a jungle within weeks that had every fruit in it that people delight in, guess what? That will make you a millionaire overnight. You don't believe me? Google it, YouTube it, Twitch it, whatever. We're supposed to be rich overnight. It's not supposed to be a journey where you get to enjoy the things that you want when you're 50 and you're a vegetable. This is an overnight thing. But if you don't take heed to God and what He has given you, it will be a journey. Because as you have the dream vivid in your mind, you have the plans ready. You even know what goals you have to act on. You'll be struggling with low self-esteem, with identity crisis, with soul ties and generational curses, struggling with those things. If you try to do some God stuff without God, this is heavy. I hope you guys are catching this. If you try to do some God stuff without God, you will be vulnerable to the lowercase g gods. If you try to do some God stuff without God, you will be vulnerable to siding with the lowercase g gods. Fulfilling a dream is God stuff. This is why most of the people that don't side with God and fulfill their dreams are working with lowercase g gods, whether they like it or not. I'm struggling not to go too deep here. Struggling not to go too deep. And out of wisdom, I think I'm going to have to leave it at that. Love you guys. Stay wise.